It's been a minute since I've done a cringe binge, but let's binge some cringe. The guy you see before you is the streamer Vaush. He's known for being a debate bro. He basically just challenges people to debates online, and that's his entire content. Is he argues? He's a lot like Hassan Piker in the sense of what his arguments almost always consist of one thing, and that is trying to find a way to call someone else a Nazi. I'll get into that later, but first, let's talk about the drama that is recent with Bosch. He was streaming and opened up a folder on his computer. Now, that computer was of adult stuff, kind of fat material, if you will, stuff he gets his rocks off to. Now, within that, there were images of horses. Now, I don't know if these were like cartoon drawings, anime drawings of these horses. I assume they were of horses hooking up with women and potentially children. Um, Specifically, horse wiener. He's really into horse wiener. He imagines himself as a horse hooking up with women and probably children based off of the other type of content, which is children. So there's this anime style called lolly, and what it is children. It's just children, and it's kind of got this often like, I guess, for lack of a better term, pornographic element to it, which is kind of just a really creepy aspect of all anime. Is this like pornographic hentai just flavor that exists, or like it's almost like a subgenre that exists, and you hate to see it. You hate to see it at a convention or anything to do with anime fandom. Even stores will sometimes have like overly sexualized characters and stuff, which I don't entirely mind, but it's like, and you really have to have these like figures outside of the box. Like there's children that go to these stores. Like it's just gross. Let's keep the adult aspect, the like the creepy stuff that adults are into. Like of course, like guys like Vaush, like just massive creeps. You can see he's got figures on these shelves behind him, and they don't appear to be overly sexual. They're kind of out of focus, but there's this creepy like subgenre, if you even want to call it that, of like child pornography, um where it's these people think it's okay because it's animated, because it's not real. It's somehow in their mind it's okay. And Vosh has made crazy statements about this, just outrageous, just defending this stuff. Him defending actual stuff where it is genuinely real. He said if someone purchases that type of content where it's not animated, where it's really like a child, that they shouldn't be able to be charged with a crime. If they literally purchased, like, not like, to me that's like a step deeper into the crazy, right? I mean, I don't know how it even works, right? But to like go all the way to like purchasing, um it like that's so obviously a crime and so evil. But yeah, Vosh got exposed. He exposed himself. And this file, it was like he opened just a file on his computer, but there were images of lolly and horseplay um within this file, but there was also like files within that file, right? So who knows what was in those other files, or how deep in the file we were looking at was. So a lot of people are making the point like, yeah, we saw these couple of images, but He's literally making files of this on his computer. There's probably more around, and it could be a lot worse. Who knows? Like, that's a fair assessment to make. And Vaush 100% deserves the criticism that he's getting. Because, oh my God, that's disgusting, dude. And I'm not a puritanical guy, but when it comes to like child stuff, holy crap, dude. Like, yeah, be your weird, brony, messed up stuff. And yeah, maybe you shouldn't, maybe you shouldn't like own pets. But when it comes to actual like human beings, oh my God, like, you, like, this is a very dangerous fetish that you have, Vosh, and you need you need help. Like, you seriously need help. Because this making weird justifications for this kind of stuff that you're into is really messed up. But this guy, the part that I think a lot of people are overlooking is what I said earlier, is that this is exactly on brand for Vosh. Because he's made an entire career online of making weird justifications to dismiss anyone else's opinion. Anyone who doesn't agree with Vosh, he will do the most absurd mental gymnastics to try to convince anybody, I guess himself, that they are a Nazi. Like, it's insane. He recently said, dismissed Asmongold, the content creator Asmongold, who makes like World of Warcraft videos and like reaction content, variety, all kinds of gaming content. Accused him of being this like intense, oh, clear as day conservative. You would never see Asmongold as anything but a conservative. You'd be crazy to suggest Asmongold is not a conservative, which is just not the case. Like, yeah, Asmon has some conservative values, but literally every person on the planet, to some extent, has some conservative values. That doesn't make them a Nazi or like some white supremacist bigot. If anyone's a bigot, it's a Vaush. Because, oh my God, he does this with everyone. It's, oh, this person, well, why would anyone listen to them? Like, say he's talking about Pete. Oh, Pete, why would anyone listen to Pete? Because Pete's an actual Nazi. Because, you know, he one time retweeted Doug, and guess what? Doug has had open conversation. He had a conversation with Carlos, and Carlos once said something that's a little bit racist, so that makes him a little literal Nazi. So then Doug associates with literal Nazis, and then Pete associates with literal Nazis. And this is every Vaush video. Every argument he ever makes comes down to that. Comes down to, you once said this, or retweeted this, or talked to this person, so then it connects you to this other person, and they're somehow a Nazi, even though they're not at all. It's insane. It's the most demented, bigoted, ridiculous content imaginable. And a lot has come out about statements Vaush has made about these topics, about him being into horses, him being into horse wiener and lolly and CP, and times where he's clearly engaging with his chat, right? Because when he makes content, it's live, and you see the comments on the left side. Those are like people watching him live and interacting with him. And so he's many times had conversations with his chat where he's like defending all this stuff, all this really creepy, horrible stuff that he's into. And it's so gross, but like, it doesn't surprise me at all that his audience, like, they would have to be incredibly brain dead to consistently watch this guy, considering that is the type of content that he makes. Is that every video is the exact same argument of this person, through several layers of proxy, through osmosis of multiple people online, is a Nazi. That, like, I swear to you, Vaush, he is, all he does. I've seen a little bit of his content. He can go on for 2 hours where all he is doing is strawmanning somebody and creating this narrative as to how this person's a Nazi. And then you click on another video and he's just doing it to somebody else. And it's so brain dead. This guy is a moron. This guy is a degenerate. of like the highest order. Like he's lower than like Bossman Jack. Now Bossman Jack's just a degenerate gambler, right? Boss Vaush is like several tiers below that of degenerate, of just truly kind of this is just evil stuff, really. Like the level of bigotry that Vaush has always been pushing out there is evil, but this fetish stuff is like super evil. He's ramped it up a lot. Can't stand the guy. Good riddance. I'm not saying he should necessarily be deplatformed, and I don't know for a fact. I don't know if he has committed a crime here. Like, I wouldn't go that far. But he definitely deserves the backlash that he's getting, if not more. And I, I, I think people are undervaluing the pure disgustingness of his regular content outside of the recent drama stuff, because it's always been gross. It's always been some of the most hateful bigotry that you'll see online, at least consistently from like a decent sized content creator. So hope you like it. I want to make a positive video soon. I want to talk about how good of a content creator the one of the current nominees for IRL Streamer of the Year. That is Extra Emily. She's hilarious. She's positive. Awesome content creator. I want to make a video on how awesome she is. Maybe I'll get around to it. But yeah, see ya.